Hey guys, welcome back to Total Carp Fishing TV. Today you join me in the studio and we are taking a look at something that is going to enhance your solid bag fishing. These are the Gemini tidy stems for solid bags. Let's get into it. Now, solid bag fishing is not a new tactic, and I'm not going to tell you how to tie a solid bag exactly because there's so many different ways and we've done previous videos on those before. Today is all about these tidy stems from Gemini. Now, if you know me, then you'll know that I'm a massive fan of solid bags, and these have been an absolute game changer for my solid bag fishing. I've used them for a fairly long period of time now, and I'd like to say that these are the best solution that I've had in solid bag fishing, as it's made everything so much quicker and so much easier to tie lots of bags prepped and ready to go without a lot of faff. So I'm going to tell you exactly what they are, how they work, and then hopefully you can catch a few more fish yourself, which is the idea. So before I go into the details of how these stems work, I'll tell you a little bit more about them. Now, they come in two different sizes, and that is all depending on the size of your lead. So they're either a 5.75mm in diameter or a 5mm. Now, some leads, like the Gemini ones, will have a 5.75 diameter, so these will fit snugly in them, but then other leads on the market will have a 5mm. So you make sure you check your lead size before you purchase your Gemini stems. The internals of the stems are constructed of a 45-pound fluorocarbon with a fuse loop at one end, and depending on which packet you buy, you've either got a quick change swivel at the other end or a ring swivel. Now, we've got both today, so I'm going to show you the differences between the two. Each packet contains 6 tidy stems, so you can have plenty of solid bags ready to go in case a bite comes along. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to set them up, and then the differences between the quick change swivel and the ring swivel, so you can decide which is best for you. So what we'll do, we'll start off by taking one of each out of the packet. And to be honest, this isn't going to take very long because they are so simple to set up and so fast, you don't need to worry about anything. So we're going to take the one with the quick change swivel, and we're going to take my inline lead. Now, like I mentioned, this has got a 5.75 diameter in the inline lead, so it's going to slide in nicely and then lock into position. Now, you just need to give it a little bit of a pull so it's nice and securely fitted. And as you can see, that is ready. That is ready to go. All you need to do is attach your hook link, which I've got here, and this one is for the quick change swivel, so I'm going to quickly pass the loop over, and then I've got a little bit of material that I'm going to slide over that quick change swivel just to stop the hook link coming off. And as you can see, that is ready to go. All I now need to do is tie up a solid bag and then cast it in, get a bite. Easy as that. Beautiful. Exactly the same thing with the ring swivel version. I'm going to pop that through, pull it into position, but instead of sliding on that hook link, what we're going to do is remove that little bit of material, pass the loop through the ring. It really is down to preference. Pull that tight, and there we go. Sorted. Easy as that. Now, if you are fishing a venue where you need to use tubing, then Gemini do a whole range of solid bag stems with tubing as well. Obviously, you can buy the tubing separately, but if you wanted to get the whole bundle all at once, you've got everything there to make a solid bag system with tubing. Now, Gemini also offer a range of solid PVA bags. We've got a smaller size, a larger size in both standard melt and quick melt as well. So what I'll do is I'll tie up a bag in 2 of the smaller ones, both in standard melt and the fast melt, just to see the differences between the two. So I'm going to start off by doing the standard melt packet, PVA bag I should say. Take one out of the bag, pop that there. And now, like I mentioned earlier, this is not a video on how to tie a solid bag perfectly. This is just how to use the stems. Because everyone's going to have their preference on how they tie their solid bags. For me, I like to put a little bit of pellet in at the bottom, followed by my lead. And then I'm going to put a little bit more pellet in, just to cover the lead. Now I like to do a flatbed style solid bag, so the lead's on one side and the hook bait is on the other. So I'll cover that lead, making sure it's pressed to the side of the bag, and we can feed that hook bait in on the opposite side, making sure that nothing's tangled around inside the bag. Once I'm happy with its position, like I am there, add a bit more pellet. Now this is where the fun begins, because I can start by compacting it all. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch the stem itself, and as I'm doing that I'm just going to work everything to the bottom of the bag, making it nice and compact, and at the same time give it a little bit of a twist, working it down. A few pats. And then I like, there's a couple of methods you can use. You can either do the lick and stick, but I prefer to use a little bit of tape, a little bit of PVA tape, just to tie that into position. Just find you get a bit of a neater presentation from using tape. So that's like that. Now you're thinking, where's that stem gone? All we need to do, cut back any of the excess PVA, get rid of that. We can start to see a nice neat bag forming. Last thing to do would be to pat in those corners. Now this is if you really want it compact. If you're fishing short distances, it's not overly necessary, but if you want to cast a little bit further, firstly, maybe I wouldn't even suggest doing a flatbed style. I'll probably go more centralized, but for the purpose of the video, I'll do a little lick and stick, fold that corner in. Same with the other side. Hold it in place for a few seconds. And as you can see, we've got a small, compact, really good looking solid bag, and that stem's poking out the top with the little fuse loop, so you can very, very quickly either tie your main line directly to it, or like I do, is tie a loop in my main line so I can quickly loop bags on and off again as and when I need to. So if I've cast out and it's not hit the spot properly, I can quickly reel it back in, get another one that I've prepared, loop it straight on and cast back out again. Or if you've caught a fish, obviously you can land your fish, unloop the whole solid bag system and then loop a new one on and you're ready to go. It's really, really that simple. But that was the standard bag. Now I'm going to quickly knock up another one with the fast melt bag, and then we'll get it in the tank and we'll see the differences there. Last thing to mention is that if you do want any more information on the tidy stems for solid bags or any other solid bag products from Gemini, then all you need to do is click the link in the description, which is www.geminicarptackle.com.